Yeah, we are live. Great. We are here on the fourth to discuss the fourth day of the first test of the BGT series, and what a historic win for India. I mean, if somebody were to say that India would win the first test by 295 runs in Australia, that would have been like a myth. But we have proven the myth, and now it's a reality. We have won the first match, that too by such a big margin. Crazy. I mean, one of the best wins of India in foreign soil. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, I think it has to be one of the best, very best actually, considering the uh, things which have happened before this series. We lost 3-0 to New Zealand. Not too many gave India a chance in this series.
Yeah.
Forget about winning at the Perth. A lot of people were predicting a clean sweep for Australia, but again, the way Indian team just showed up, I think this has to be one of the most dominating performance
Yeah.
by an Indian cricket team, say easily in the last 20-25 years in any of the SENA countries, right? I know we have won a lot of games in Australia previously. Even we have won some good games at England, even a couple of one South Africa. But the way India has dominated in this one, barring
Yeah.
the first couple of sessions, I think I mean it was completely dominated by India, and everyone just chipped in. The bowlers, the batters, even the few experiments which we sort of did in this game, the likes of Nizish Reddy, Harshit Rana, everyone performed. So
Yeah.
big positive for India, getting into a long series. And if you are sort of winning this first game in such a in such a empathetic manner, uh,
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's perfect. And the next test match is a day night pink test match. I think sets up nicely for that.
For sure. I mean, like you said, right? The fact that it's such a dominating win, and we were on the back foot. We lost to New Zealand as well. And some highlights. I think some things we should discuss about this match in particular was, according to me at least, was has to be Bumrah's captaincy. I mean, we are not used to having a fast bowling, a fast bowler as a captain, and
Yeah.
great, very attacking fields throughout the match. Gave it to the right bowlers at the right time. Whenever he wanted a burst of good pace, he used to give to Harshit, and kept himself on as well and the right times, and led from the front in terms of an attack, led from the front in terms of aggressive field placements as well. I think one of the best debuts for a captain in foreign soil by an Indian for sure.
I mean, he is captained in a test before,
In England,
because
yeah,
again,
yeah, correct,
England,
yeah, yeah,
that did not go well because of the
yeah.
entire back ball thing. It sort of
And
did not
the last
go well.
part, the last innings, they went and
Yeah,
chased a big
yeah.
target. Yeah,
But yeah, like you mentioned, I think his captaincy decisions were spot on.
yeah,
His bowling changes were absolutely amazing. And again, if you have a leader of the pace attack who's the captain, who's bowling the way Bumrah is currently, I think
yeah.
a lot of things already sort of fall into place. And I mean, a lot has been spoken about Bumrah, and rightly so. He deserves all the praises and everything. But I'm really happy the way Mr. DSP bowled in this test match, right?
Hmm.
Because he's our mainstay, right? You cannot be only dependent on Bumrah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need support from the other end, and Siraj is really crucial, especially in the absence of Shami, right? You need a informed Siraj to sort of do well if you have to win a Test series in Australia or in England or in South Africa. And
Correct.
his form has been questionable for the last 8 to 10 months. I
Yeah.
think after that South Africa second test, he's really struggled in the Indian conditions, and I think he's still not figured out what is the right length for him or what is the right pace for him to ball in the Indian conditions. But when it comes to a foreign condition, I think he's right up there, and he once again proved why is he so highly rated in the international circuit. So
Yeah.
I mean, really happy with the way Siraj ball. His cross seamers, his wobbly seam bowling, and his
Yeah.
lengths were impeccable.
For sure, and crucial. A small partnership was actually building between Head and Smith, and he came and gave the crucial breakthrough of Steve Smith, one of the toughest players we have struggled to get out over the past few years. And I mean, I know the win was improbable, but as long as those two are there, you're always worried, right? And he gave the crucial breakthrough for sure. I mean, for sure. I mean, I think another definite positive outcome of this particular match is the form of Yashasvi Jaiswal. I mean, I know it's his first test match in Australia, but what a first test match. I mean, this guy is set to dominate not just in India, but he's set to dominate across geographies. He's going to become one of the biggest players we have, one of the biggest stars we have. And his dominance in Australia has already started. And like how the Australian public has picked up Kohli as one of their own, it'll be in some time that they pick up Jaiswal as well. And this series is going to set that tone for the rest of his career, is what I feel.
Yeah, I think he's the future superstar, as they say. I think
Yeah.
he's very highly rated by the likes of Gilchrist, Vaughan. Everyone is just talking about Yashasvi being the next big thing from the Indian cricket, right? And I know a lot of talk has been around Shubman Gill. He's also immensely talented, no doubt
Yeah.
about it. But I think someone like a Jaiswal is a couple of notches above Gill at this point of time. The way he has sort of shaped up in Test cricket, because I mean, he is. I mean, everyone. I mean, he has been perfect, just perfect in the Indian conditions.
Yeah.
But everyone sort of questioning whether he'll be able to do it, replicate the same thing in Australia or not, because over here you have to adjust as per the length of the
Yeah.
the bounce, the length, and again you have to leave a lot of balls. And unlike India, where you can just go bang 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 from the ball one, but I think he's adopted perfectly. He left a lot of balls. He actually, and the way he slashed Mitchell Stark back, you're bowling too slow, and I think that was really, really
That
amazing.
is
It
ridiculous.
needs a lot of guts, for a 22-year-old on his first tour to Australia to say something like that to a Mitchell Stark, right?
Which is
So
stuck
that's
in his backyard. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that shows a lot of character, and matlab, ऐसा नहीं is not doing हवाबाजी. He's backing up with his short
Form.
selection, with his innings,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
the performance is top notch. So really
Correct.
amazing. I mean, I think India has probably ticked all the boxes in this
Yeah.
particular test, right? And which again, there's a pretty long gap between the first and the second test. We have to play a 2-day practice game as well in Canberra,
Yeah.
and now with the likes of Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill coming back in the side, I think it's gonna be even more impactful for India. And I think this win is like a tonic to the team.
No, for sure. What a great start for the series, and looking forward to the next matches as well. And with the fact that this win has given us so much confidence, and with Rohit Sharma and hopefully Gill coming back as well, I think we are on course to continue the domination. I know the pink test will be difficult. Australians usually love
Yeah.
that setting, but I think we'll be up there in terms of competition. And looking forward to a close match, but an Indian win is what I feel.
Again, I mean, when a lot of predictions were happening before the start of the series, even the likes of Ravi Shastri and all, who said that India should be able to win a couple of test matches in this series, nobody give India a chance to win a test match at Perth. Everyone was
Yeah,
saying either it would be either Melbourne or Sydney or both of them, but
yeah,
Perth. I think it was the biggest test. Another next big thing is Adelaide because of the pink ball thing, right? If India is
yeah.
able to dominate that one, then I think that will sort of set up the series beautifully for India. Because the conditions will be relatively favorable in the likes of MCG or at Sydney. Then I think Australians will be Australians will be under huge pressure. They already
Correct.
are,
Yeah.
but I think the next test match is like really crucial for them.
Great. I think that's rounds up our coverage of the first test. We were live all 4 days, and you were able to give our inputs on those matches. I think another important thing that's happening simultaneously is the IPL auctions, and what a nerve wracking or what a exciting 2 days it's been. A lot
I
of
mean,
teams have gone all out, and a lot of teams have stayed put and not really done much in the auction. So what do you think? Who do you think has been the best in terms of buys and generally an overall sense of where each
I
teams are
think I
placed?
think I think before that, I would like to call out your anxiety, being a RCB fan, especially yesterday when all the big guns were going and RCB management was just sitting quietly, probably waiting for I don't
No.
know who, maybe a Ronaldo or a Messi to turn up in the
Like
auction.
like I told you, they have come to experience Saudi tourism. IPL is just time pass. Good scenario, good scenery, good air conditioning. They'll go back.
No, but I think to be very honest, it is not a usual RCB
Yeah, yeah,
option this time, and they are like really really sure
yeah.
on who they want to pick, and that's a good sign. To be honest, I think historically they have been guilty of
Splurge
doing
on
absurd bidding for some random
RCB.
player. By the way, they
Uh,
almost did that for Venkatesh Iyer.
which
Luckily
was,
for them, they did not get him right.
I think the whole Iyer thing was the whole captaincy thing, but yeah, good that didn't happen. I mean, KKR needed him. Yeah, so.
Yeah. So that's one thing, and I think, I mean, coming back to your question, I think DC, Gujarat, I think most of the teams have been really picky, but I would
SRH.
definitely like, yeah, I would definitely like to call Delhi Capitals and CSK out over here, because CSK has always been really smart with their picks, right?
Yeah.
They're not someone who would like spend like really big bucks in the coming into the auction. And this time around as well, they have got two expensive buys, which are Noor Ahmed and Ashwin. Noor Ahmed
Ashwin.
for 10 CR and Ashwin for another 9.5 CR. And I think other than that, they've got some really good picks like Deepak Huda, Sam Curran, and really bargain buys. So
Yeah,
CSK has been really good. Again, they know what their strengths are. They know where they want to sort of invest in. And again, DC. What DC have done is that more often than not, they have raised the prices for the other teams. Like they have
yeah.
they've made life miserable for some, say someone like a Punjab, especially if you watch
Whenever
the
Punjab picks up
auction.
the paddle, DC is just right behind you picking up the paddle. That's mandatory and brilliant, right? I mean, like you said, right? DC Iyer went for 26, what Pant went for 27. Both the cases DC were there till the end, but they got Rahul at 14. They got a Stark at that brilliant price. Their buys
Yeah.
have been super, very very smart buys actually.
Yeah, actually, DC have been really, really good with the even with the RTMs. They got Fraser McGurk at 9 CR. That's a really good use of RTM, right? I think DC has been really smart, and uh, I think just now, I think few minutes back, something happened which surprised a lot of us. I'm sure is RCB not deciding to sort of retain Will Jacks, which I mean, I would like to ask you as a RCB fan, how do you take that?
No, I have no explanation. I have no idea why that happened. I mean, we need a number three. Rajat Patidar is a number four. You have openers Phil Salt and Virat Kohli. Who's a number three? And Will Jacks has done that role last time, played really well. And it didn't even sell for 5 crores is nothing. You have almost 10 plus crores in your purse still left. And you don't even go for an RTM. I can't understand. It's inexplicable. I mean, I don't know. You're struggling for a proper 11 now, is what I feel.
Yeah, I mean they got both Livingston and David, and you cannot
It's the
slot both
same
of
role.
them in the 11. That's
Yeah,
not
it's the
possible.
same
You
role.
get, and again they've picked Josh Hazelwood for 12.5 CR. Again, he's a good bowler, decent T20 bowler, but 12 CR I think that's again too much for a Josh.
Injury is
Again,
always
they've
been a
got Bhuvi.
concern. Yeah.
They've got Bhuvi for 10 CR. Again, Bhuvi is an amazing bowler. He's a legend of the game. I'm a big Bhuvi fan. But again, 10 CR for Bhuvi at this point of his career,
Age.
that's with
Yeah.
Chinnaswamy. Again, I'm not really sure. I probably would have picked a hit the deck kind of bowler over him. But again, he might surprise us. We never know.
Yeah, no, I think bowling, like you said, right, with Bhuvi, Hazelwood, and Yash Dayal, fast bowling is okay, but I think the batting is what is concerning me. I mean, I don't know the upper middle order is not really giving much confidence. Maybe Krunal Pandey may be asked to go up the order. I don't know. They could look
But
at that.
will he be able to do that job at number three? I'm not too sure. Maybe there
Yeah,
are plenty of players still left. You never know. They might get a bargain, buy it somewhere around. Maybe a Finn Allen. I don't know. I think there are a lot of players. Maybe a Johnny Bairstow might come back into the picture. They can call him back. So there are still a plenty of options available. But again, the whole Will Jack thing was definitely surprising for a lot of people.
sure, yeah. Anything else you would like to highlight or discuss in terms of the IPL auctions?
I'm also amused by the way Lucknow Super Giants is sort of approaching this
Okay,
auction.
okay,
Both Lucknow and RCB they sort of decided not to get any players who have played for them historically. They've not been using RTMs and all, right?
okay.
Uh, but I think Lucknow is also building a really good squad. They've got Rishabh Pant, Nicholas Puran, Rishabh Pant,
If you
two
look
power hitters in the
at the
middle.
top of the order, yeah.
Yeah, I think we should definitely will be doing a special
Yeah,
episode for the IPL teams, and we'll do some
yeah,
analysis at our end. We'll do some number crunching, and probably then we can come back and sort
yeah.
of dig deeper into it. One more surprise pick, which again I sort of got reminded, was Jitesh Sharma at 11 crore by RCB.
RCB.
Yeah, again,
Yeah,
Jitesh Sharma, a good batter, but 11 crore.
7 crores.
Um,
Yeah, I think they went for that DK replacement, but again, and you know what? Both the cases, I think we did the RTM wrong. I think it was around 6, 7 crores, and they just put it up 11 crores RTM. And there was one more player. The same scenario happened. I can't. I think Rasik Salam. I think same price. And RTM was placed, and they just shot up the price. I mean, clearly they don't understand the RTM, I mean, or they overestimate the power of the RTM. They feel that others may place a bid
I
again for
mean,
that.
CSK also did that with Noor. The bidding was got closed at 5 CR and they took it to
They
10 CR. I
NCR,
think
yeah.
they could have got him for like 7.5, 8. But again,
I think the precedence was set by Lucknow for Pant, right? Once
I
they
mean, that
stopped
was
at
unreal.
20 and they went to 27, then
I
all the
mean, they did
teams
not
were
want
like,
to take. I think with a punt
yeah,
you can understand. They did not want to take any chance because he's your captain, he's your marquee player, right?
correct, correct. Yeah.
That's understandable. But
With
again, for
Hitesh
Jitesh
Sharma,
and I'm not too sure. But yeah, we'll
yeah,
have to wait and watch. I mean, Romeo Shepherd they have picked. I mean, lot of questions. But again,
yeah,
few good buys as well, like Livingston for that price. And again,
it's a
they've
good
got
buy.
Suyesh Sharma for a very
Phil
very
Salt
reasonable
is a
price.
very good buy for 12 crores. I think Phil Salt is
Yeah,
super buy. Yeah.
I think they've ticked most of the boxes this time around. I think we'll do that analysis and probably we'll be in a better position to sort of control. Comment on everything.
Great,
Cool.
great. I think that's it. That ends our coverage of the first test match as well as the 2 days of auction. We'll definitely, like you said, we'll definitely come back with individual analysis of each team and probably have more discussions around that later. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for
Looking
tuning
forward
in.
to it.
See you.
Cheers.
Bye.